Alright, guys, welcome back to Planet Coaster. Welcome back to Dogland. And don't you feel welcome in this park when you're looking at this main entrance building? It just says, "Hello, visitor, come in. Have some fun. This park is epic." So, I've been working on this over the past 2 days. So far, it's been the most challenging thing I've ever done in Planet Coaster. I tend to start to say that every episode now, right? Oh man, this was so challenging. But, well, our builds get more and more complex, and creating this was indeed very difficult in the sense of getting the balance right, getting the flow of the building right, getting, a good balance between details and not overloading stuff. That is always a problem. You can overload buildings as well because you think, oh, detail, 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 put this here, put this there, and add another little thing there. And then eventually it looks just like a cluttered mess. But with this build, I think. What? Wait, what? A mechanic has quit? The hell? That is bad news at the beginning. Well, before we look into the build here, why would our mechanic quit? What the? He's not happy with his money or what? What is his problem? He wants more cash. Oh, he quit. He's gone. Ah, man, these people. Okay, we need to take care of them. Elliot Wetzel, they surely feel underpaid. Okay, so he's a level 3 guy. You know what, let's set them all to 190 a month for now. We can't afford to do. Man, we trained this guy. Ah, this is just extremely frustrating. Man. Without a warning. There should be some more messages saying like, this and this guy is not happy or whatever, you know. Something along those lines. So you can get at least prepared for that. That's a disaster. Oh, nice mechanic. Ah, okay. Theodore Weeks, we're gonna pay you a 190. So now all our janitors are getting a decent salary, and we need to hire a new mechanic. Wait, let's train this guy. Then he's a master too, and we pay him 360. That seems to be a whole lot of money per month. Well, it's not. If you look at it monthly, it's not really. I thought it was weekly salary. 360 a month for a full-time job. Well, if you're stuck in that, then you have a problem. Okay, we need to hire a new mechanic. Put this guy somewhere. 290, set him to 360 right away, and then slowly but surely train him up. Well, that sucked. He can be trained not before August of 8th. 8th of August. Well, that sucked. But I hope we can keep the rest of the guys now. And yeah, let's go back to some positive news. Our entrance building. So I thought a good way to do it is a castle, and I told you we have our train station integrated here, and that is what made this whole build extremely challenging, getting this train station integrated here in a nice way. And I had to move things a little bit. Here we will have the in and out ways, and then work from here. I figured out a good way to do that, but I removed it for now because I had to move stuff about. And it is not 100% finished at the front. What I'm heavily struggling with is my flower arrangements in the plaza here. It took me an insanely long time to figure out the shape of the plaza, which now I like. And you know, it's nicely framed in here. That is all good, clean. I would love if I could replace this path here and could do something about it, but as it is kind of outside the park here, you can't. It's like you have to deal with it. I cannot even make it a different, like, kind of path situation there, which I don't know why that is, but it is like it is. We can't change it. But I managed right up to this point. Yeah, we had these curbs. I couldn't get rid of the curbs as well. So kind of the shape of our main plaza was dictated by that, but it works out. I'm really happy how that flows from the towers here with the flower arrangements here, which are quite barren right now. And well, I'm not 100% sure if this clean look with it even works not too bad, because it's almost like, the very old school thing meets some very clean futuristic architecture, in a sense of this very straight lines and cleanness. It's almost like a little bit of a modern French garden, but I do think I have to work on these planters here. But as I said, I am having a hard time at the moment figuring something good out, so I'll leave it like that for now. We made these custom lamps. They are very delicate and intricate. You can see even the posts of the lamps have structure that is wood stacked into each other and then offset by 45 degrees. To create more structure with these lampposts, and the design is also used here at the walls, and I'm pretty content with it. It's a relatively low entrance gate. Well, the reason for that is simple. Right here the train starts, so we couldn't go for a super wide arch because it would look awkward with the train station behind, so I had to balance it out, stretch it a bit, bring it down, and then it looked really wide and low. But by adding these gates here, this is the porticulus, I could kind of frame it in, but still leave the open feel to it, and that did it. And of course, like an insane amount of details on these buildings, different statues here. The tower setup also is really nice. The side towers have a slight variation to that. I modified the crown or the roof area of them, brought them down a bit to have a kind of a nice flow with the building here. And yeah, what was also challenging is, like, after making the side wing, pretty much replicating that thing perfectly on the other side. Of course you can copy it over, but it needed to be in the exact same angle, so everything plays out nice. And yeah, that worked really well. Coney Express has not been tested. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's that guy. I was just wondering. Yeah, it's not even. What are you talking about? Why would I test it? Like, right into the abyss? Oh man. Well, in any case, I think that turned out really great. I deliberately voted for no big park sign here, like Dogland or so. I have a plan for that for later. I want to do a Hollywood style sign somewhere back in the park. It says Dogland, and yeah, should look really cool. And I think we're good with that. And yeah, give me feedback about my flower arrangement here. I mean, an easy way to fix it would just be get more planters in here, fill that thing up a little bit, and yeah, make it a bit more bushy in general, flowery. But I'm having a hard time figuring it out. Well, if you have some examples, also feel free, to maybe take a screenshot, post them in the comment, or tweet at me. Tweeting is probably a good choice, but yeah, also you can put them in the comment section, and then normally links are banned there, but they will be waiting for approval then, and I can approve them if I want to. So yeah, not a problem. But in general, I think this turned out really great, and loving it a lot. So once again, I tried to record a time lapse, but it is the way I build. There's so much trial and error in there that I looked at the time lapse recordings that I had, and it just doesn't do anything. The reason for it being is, like, before I start, I have a certain idea how things will look, but I don't have this perfect vision drawn out, you know, and then I just like, okay, I'm gonna build this now, and then you see the progress. It's so much trial and error, placing stuff down, removing it again, and so on, and it's not really a pleasant viewing experience. But eventually, I think I will get there, and I will be able to make time lapses, or I'll play around with the format a little bit. We'll see. Well, in any case, today it's not time yet to remove all this, but parts, and try to work out a better main street for us here. What we need to do first is get the railings in here, the walkways. I still believe it's a good idea to come in here from the middle and then go out to the sides. So it is a bit fiddly, I have to say. So to do stuff, you have to wait. How did it work? No, not test coaster. I think you have to open it up a bit, and then where was it? It was a bit stupid to find. Okay. Connect pass to entrance, and now we need that, and it needs to be 4 meters wide. And here it is a pain in the ass to get that. It's like up here we had it. It is there. We just need the start point, and then we're good. Here we go. Okay, and then we can bring that guy down. Like so. And then, yeah, be on the ground there. So that works. And now we have to do the same thing on the other side with some path. We can change later, but point is getting it in. Okay. If you click on the right pillar, that gives you nice build options there. 4 meters wide again. One straight piece, and then using J we go down and come in like here. And if you make both 4 meters wide, it's quite symmetrical, which is pretty nice. And now I was thinking today we should start to figure out the building that goes around the train station here, and then we have to find a decent connection to the existing roof patterns here and so on. That will be really tricky. One challenge I foresee already is, as we kind of go around the corner here and, you know, have this little offset of, how much would that be? Maybe 25 degrees or so, 30 tops. We need, with the track here, we need to come out sideways, and I need to, like, you know, have a bend here right away, so we have a bit of a straight line. And I wanted to look at the curves this track can give you. So wild blue. What? Wild blue? That is not wild blue. How is that thing called? Yeah. So let's look into the track situation, and I want to see how much. Yeah. Maybe it also has to be in front. So that is the maximum we can bend, seriously. That is the shortest track piece this guy has. Yeah, like literally. We might have to come out like that and still have some trouble with the roof and how that all will blend together. Well, let's place that here for now, and go to the back of the thing and also do the maximum curvature you can get. So I guess this is what we have to work with, and then we'll see. Yeah, this is gonna be tricky to integrate. Okay, done. Let's start building on this. Is there? No, not move. Is there even a way to build on this? Does it give you a grid? It doesn't really do it, so it's a bit different with those guys. You have to individually place and see. That's quite interesting. Because normally, you know, with the other coasters, like if I click on this guy, oh, it also doesn't give you the option. But for example, for a coaster, like here, when you click on that guy, you can say start building on station grid. And I don't think, yeah, these track rides really have that. So you have to do it manually. Yeah, you can just edit the track or move the thing. Okay. Well, that's good on the one side and also bad at the same time. So then let's start off from this roof here. From this roof and see where if we put a wall in there, where the wall would come down. We've been working with stucco most of the time, and we should continue that here. Kind of get the design again, but don't. So it could start here, right next to the. That's actually pretty good. So I was thinking in front of the thing. I probably want to use these thin arches. There is the wider variation as well. I think that would be a better choice for us in general to create some open space in front of the train. So, you know, do something like that. Why does that not perfectly match up here? What? Now it does. That was weird. But it's actually really... Now, you know, when I think about it, I think that's actually to our advantage. Okay, something like that. Make it relatively open so you can actually see the train, and I made sure to have some sort of plain wall behind here, which blends in quite well. So that works out. So that works out great, actually. Okay. Here, this will be the challenge. How do we create a nice transition from this roof up here to the other? That will be the challenging part. But because the wall of this side of the building has to come down somewhere here, and we need to somehow connect it. But maybe we can figure it out. Okay, let's see. That could actually go there. And that would also be allowed. The train could actually ride through here. That is pretty good. That is actually extremely good. That, yeah. This would be one option. Now, let me try something else. Okay, we are happy with this, how this works. Now, let's come up here. Edit that building. I just need to see if... how does it behave? Where does the wall come down? How does it interfere with our business here? Let's get another stucco wall and just try it out. But if we were able to lay out the groundwork here properly, we might be actually in pretty good shape with the whole situation. That would make things quite a lot easier. Okay, let's say... Okay, this would already interfere. So this is not a thing to come down like that. then blend the two buildings into each other. So we need to figure out the max height we can have there. Let's say we use a lower wall. Okay, that would work. Okay. Let's see. And then potentially want to remove this and scoot this wall over and try to get a decent corner here. Let's see if that works. Yeah, we can hide that. Okay, and we can also flow down here with the walls on the sides, make this thing look pretty. Okay, I think, yeah, we have a chance to get that working properly. Let's see. Let's remove this guy, and here we have to scoot over. Oh, that is... Wait. We need small grid. Okay. So what we have to do with this guy, we have to create an overhang kind of, and then build out off the grid. Yeah, I think I have a vision that could work. Let me play around with some design ideas here a little bit, and let me try to work it out. It's gonna take a while of fiddling around, but I think you've seen the basics now in which direction we could go here. And I'm definitely also gonna use some wood on here. Let's try one last thing to be sure. How close to the actual train can we get with, let's say, let's see, with maybe something like that. Done with this building. Now we probably should use this. Let's see how close we can scoot that. Just for a test. Actually very close. Pretty much all the way up to the train. That is also extremely good for us. This is very good. So we could definitely work with some wood or other materials in here to cover pretty much most of the stuff here. Then potentially have a little tower on the side here to hide the operator. Come up here somewhere. That could potentially be a nice transition up there. Okay, I think things are happening here. It's shaping up. So let me work on it a little bit. Okay guys, it's a good hour later now. And painstaking process, I tell you. But I was able to lay out a basic shape for the building. So... yeah, we have to consider we have our tunnels here too, where some people might come through, right? So yeah, that is implemented. Here will be a balcony off to this building. I think that should look pretty, very pretty. And here we got the building closed off, and we come around to the front so far. Now here in the middle I'm thinking I will have a huge gable. We have to fit that in and see how wide it is and how it goes with our staircase situation here. I would love to flow that into some kind of big front build. We're gonna have two towers here. They are pretty naked right now. It's just about, you know, getting them positioned correctly. That works. And yeah, pretty much have the same thing here on the other side. Here, oh yeah, I need to fix that. I need to individually place a wall piece here and slowly scoot it in. I done that over here already. That is all closed off. So by now this building consists out of at least 10 to 12 individual buildings, all stacked together and scooted into each other. Obviously, you see here, with our staircase situation, there needs to be some changing. So I'm thinking I will do something along these lines. Have a you know, like a, why is it forcing to be so long? Something like that, and then come down. That will work out and will perfectly match with these towers here. And I cannot fully lay it out yet because it will include removing much of this stuff around here, and eventually I have to do it. Maybe just have a temporary setup for this ride. This will be moved. Everything here has to go. But yeah, I think that works out just brilliantly. And then, yeah, here we can do it actually. Can we come down? No, we can't. Wait. From here and then... we should be able to do something like that. Actually. You know, half and then do the staircase 90 degree down. I'm 100% sure that that should work. Why wouldn't let it do us? Ankle snap. Oh, okay, I have to do it like this. And then, yeah. Something like that. And then come down. I think that works out really fine. Here stuff is in the way. But that's the basic layout of it. So I have some tiny gaps here in the roof, but I should be able to easily patch them up by carefully scooting in some individual roof pieces here and then drag them down. They will poke out inside the tower here, but that is fine. We just need to close this gap here properly. I'm very content I can do that. Here we have a small opening. I think we have these both issues on both sides a bit, yeah. But I'm also thinking I could prolong the roof a tiny bit all the way around. Let's quickly look into that. Roofs, which one am I using here though? It's not this one, it's this one here. And we can prolong it a bit. That should be good enough to close that gap. Where was it? Here. Let's see. We need a smaller grid. Yeah, we can get that fitted here. That takes care of our gap issues here. So that flows in well. Bam. It's poking out there. A little bit of wall. Yeah, I might be able to correct that. I'll have to see. But yeah, doing the roof like that should be good. Just extend it slightly, and then yeah, I have to. This is an individual piece here. I have to work from a different angle again. This outside building is also stacked together with several buildings from here and from the other side. So yeah, it's it's crazy, but it works. It works out. I'm really happy with what I've learned so far in the game, what you can do, and more it becomes clear to me that this game is a masterpiece. Literally a masterpiece. It is so good. Yeah, I should work from this roof to make sure we have a smooth transition. Is there another individual roof piece in here? No. Okay, it belongs to this building. Yeah, it's quite complex with all the roofs and things and whatnot, but it all will make sense in the end, pretty much. Yep, like that. We bring that over. Let's see. And we fill this gap, and then I have to fiddle around with the wall situation we have here. Yeah, the same thing happened here now, but now I have some leeway for this wall, which belongs to this tower. Yeah, and I can potentially scoot that down a bit. Wait, we need to have a way smaller grid to be able to really precisely move that. Okay, let's see. Yep, something like that works out. Cannot scoot the towers back any further. So we might have to do something really tiny here to hide that. Or I come up with a nice roof thing around the tower here that would potentially also work. Yeah, but we're getting there. Now it's about fixing some of the minor details here. And then I think we're in pretty good shape. This guy, to move it down a tiny bit like that. That lines up nicely now. Here it works. Here it worked out pretty much flawlessly. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to hide that a little bit more. We want to have no gaps whatsoever anywhere and make it perfect. But I have an idea. I might be able, like let's say here, when I use the roof here again, it might look good to do something like that with the roof here, but it might have to be placed individually. You know what I mean? Get the roof coming out like that and make it go around the tower. It could look good, but yeah, I have to individually get that in there as a different building. Or yeah, I think that's not a big issue. I'm getting too carried away with that. So one thing, I was thinking about having a balcony here, and at the moment, which building is that now? Right, let me see. It belongs to the roof building. Okay, so those are too tall. So what I have to do there is I have to probably, because you know now the gap looks more organic height-wise. I can't really scoot those guys, those roofs further down, so I will have to use some wooden balcony or something there, and then hide it up front. But I'll leave it in for now, just to get some basic orientation. And last but not least, I was talking about a huge gable up in front, and that would potentially come in somewhat like this. Let's see. Something like this. No, we have to be careful here with this transition. Oh, we have the huge grid on. Can't work with that. Or I have to place it individually, just the way I want it. Yeah, it will be an individual building. So I have a perfect matchup here. And also, yeah, the roof here has to come down a little bit further. Maybe we'll see. But I want to have something, just so we have a rough idea how it would be. Something like that over here. And then try to integrate that with our staircase somehow. So that's the basic idea of the build. And now need to keep on working, do some more detailing work and get to it. Well, another good 2 hours later now. Easy, probably more. I'm starting to work out something here that I like. I went for massive stucco pillars, and that will be probably a reoccurring theme in this build. But we also need to bring in the red brick elements, and I'm fairly certain I will be able to do that somehow. It evolves. It's still evolving at the moment, but yeah, I did a lot. For example, here now we have a relatively smooth transition to the path. Um, I might be able to slap in a wood ceiling here to cover some of that stuff, and then have cross beams where the tracks are to kind of cover that a bit, and I might be able to almost completely hide the individual pieces here. I mean, um, yeah, here we got some of the stuff poking out from the entry booths. It's almost impossible to hide it. I could bring these arches down a little bit further. I can try. Let me see. Just a little bit, and then cover it better. Okay, that worked. So by now we have at least 20 individual buildings stacked into each other for this creation here. Something like that. Now we need to adjust this a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Something like that. I might put something there to cover it up a bit, but it's barely visible pretty much. So yeah, about these things I can probably not do much. I have to experiment a bit with a wood ceiling there to maybe be able to cover it better. It should be possible. But it's gonna be a lot of messing around with stuff. We have our roof here. I made sure to connect them smoothly using these crown pieces here, which is also repeating up in front here. And it looks, of course, it looks very plain now, but we're making huge steps forward, and it's extremely challenging though. But something evolved here, kind of a little bit. I'm thinking, first I had this balcony here. Now I went away from that idea a bit, and I might have smaller windows here to break up the facade a bit. That works fairly well. Eventually, but we have a transition here, so I'm not quite sure if I can do it. Maybe a big window here or some other pretty impressive wall piece. I tried a big clock, but didn't like it too much. But it will happen. It will come. And yeah, for now, we did great here. Also, now all this stuff is disturbing me in front, getting a feel for the building. So I might sooner or later now start removing some stuff. I narrowed the path here a little bit so it can flow nicely through here, and also I will probably do a little bit of an individual border to even things out, because stuff is not perfectly centered. When we moved this building around, it was almost impossible to get it exactly perfectly centered, and as it is such a complex build now involving so many building pieces, it gets trickier and trickier. So yeah, this wall here, for example, this wall is an individual wall, and now as I look at it, I might have to scoot it back a tiny bit to make sure we have the same shadows on both sides. Yeah, and I might have to push this floor in a little bit too. Okay, this building. It is insane by now. This is literally by far the most complex thing I've ever made. But it's fun. It's quite challenging. See if that works out with below. Yeah, it sure does. I don't know how many individual pieces there are in this building, but by now it must be way over 1,000. And I need to really be careful. I'm trying to be conservative with my polys here, to not lag the park out eventually, but yeah, we will see. DocBlock so far is running it smoothly, but yeah, I saw a lot of people always saying the only negative side of this game is probably that it that works. Probably that you pretty beastly computer if you want to get into this really complex builds. And I can confirm so far I'm still running a stable 60 FPS with some dips sometimes, like when I swirl around. Yeah, looking towards that direction. We're creeping up to 40. Look, rendering all these polys, and here, yeah, we're shooting up to 60 again. So, yeah, we're getting in a. We're really, I mean, and that is 1/3 of the park. I don't know how the FPS will be. Like, if you get bigger and bigger, we might break the game eventually with too much detail. But yeah, we'll see. The X3, which I'm using to record this, is also pulling a bit of a strain on that. I can still switch to OBS. That should give us a bit more leeway, because yeah, starting the X3 definitely has an impact on the frame rate. I could see that. So, but for now, still all smooth. I mean, if I look over here now, yeah, we bump up to 80 FPS or so. But as soon as I look at, let's say here, 40, 39, as long as we somehow stay around 30 FPS, I would be happy. So yeah, I'd say we wrap it up for today's episode. Crazy stuff happening. I need to do a lot more building, and I'm looking forward to your feedback for the park entrance here, especially the planter situation. Maybe you can come up with some great ideas. I like the layout, absolutely liking the layout. Just how I did it. It seems to, maybe this thing doesn't really fit, and I have to do something more intricate, sophisticated. Maybe some sort of small tower. I have an idea. I might try, but I'm definitely eager to hear your feedback. And yeah, with this thing, we're pretty good. Now I need to get a transition between lots of these stucco pillars, and we need these elements here. You know, the red brick. It needs to be integrated in this build somehow. And because yeah, it's a repeating pattern down here. So I'm pretty sure I will use these wall elements coming up here as well to get that in here, and somehow need some of that maybe here in the main building. But we'll see. Maybe it gets together nicely. Here I have one more thing. That guy, I made that fence. Let's dislodge it from the building. Copy it. I'm pretty certain this fence would be going on here to kind of fence off the area. And then I'm thinking of a small overhangish balcony situation up here, transitioning into this over there. Maybe even going around the tower here. So a long balcony starting here. So yeah, this something like that with the fence, and then I need to align the balcony in a way that it all blends together, and probably have the balcony coming out here and connecting with this side somehow. But yeah, I need to work that out in my head and here, and by trial and error. And I hope, yeah, you enjoyed the episode for today. Thanks for watching. Probably gonna do some live building here as well, so make sure to follow me on Twitch TV/DocM77 live. We've been live streaming pretty much almost every day, and yeah, today there's not gonna be a live stream though, because I have to work with Rendok and Iskal on our new Minecraft project. It's gonna be a lot of work, but yeah, we had an individual mod written for it for a certain thing, and so it's like, it's a big project. We sunk a lot of money in that as well by now, paying people to do artwork, paying people to do the individual mods we needed, and so on. But I hope it's worth it in the end. It's a passion project, like this, like everything I do. You know, passion is the key to success. In any case, guys, thank you so much for watching. I see you next time, and I'm out. Bye, guys.